The vote to repeal and replace Obamacare could have big implications for President Trump, who has consistently promised to get rid of his predecessor's legacy health care law and has often touted his own ability as a businessman to close a deal. Today, the president worked the phones and in person to try to do just that. Chief White House correspondent John Roberts joins us from the North Lawn with the mood at the White House now that this vote has been postponed, possibly, as we said, for Friday. Good evening, John.
Brett, good evening to you. Of course, President Trump is the architect and author of the art of the deal. Now, Republican leaders in the House are saying that the fate of this health care bill is in the president's hands, that if there is going to be a successful deal, it's up to him to put it together. The long-haul trucks may have been a metaphor for President Trump. Finding the votes to pass health care reform has proven a long and difficult road, and still a deal remains elusive. Meeting with truckers and trucking CEOs today, the president again made his case.
I know you had a big problem with Obamacare, and everybody does, so welcome to the crowd.
Convincing truckers seemed an easy sell. The group the president can't seem to win over is the House Freedom Caucus. President Trump invited caucus members over to the White House yet again today. But again, they came and went without a deal. It was left to the press secretary to put a positive spin on the meeting.
I think there are some members who, in the meeting, stood up and told the president, "I'm with you now." And I think member by member, that's how they're going to vote. I think we've continued to see that number rise.
The White House believes it's only a matter of time and negotiation until the president can cobble together the votes he needs. President Trump has already ordered up some big changes, and more are in the works. He's now looking at excising the regulatory framework of the new bill, including the provisions for minimum essential health benefits.
Part of the reason that premiums have spiked out of control is because under Obamacare there were these mandated services that had to be included, and what happened was that older men, older women who had gone past maternity age were buying benefits that weren't necessary for them. People who were at the younger end of the age scale were buying end-of-life benefits.
The problem with cutting benefits and regulations is the bill may run afoul of the so-called Byrd rule in the Senate, which limits changes that can be made to a reconciliation bill. The White House may have found a way around that by claiming the regulations are inextricably linked to Obamacare subsidies, and that to eliminate the subsidies, they need to eliminate the regulations too.
Is the president confident that the strategy that's being developed in the Senate will result in a bill that can pass muster?
Yes.
And the president is putting pressure on Republican House members to back his plan. On Tuesday, telling them they could lose their majority in 2018. Today, launching a Twitter campaign to have voters call their member of Congress and urge him or her to vote yes.
Go with our plan. It's going to be terrific. You're going to be very, very happy. Call your local representative, call your senator. Let them know that you're behind our plan.
If the president hopes to get the Freedom Caucus on board, it looks like he's going to have to give substantially more to conservatives to get this thing across the goal line. But the more he gives to the Freedom Caucus, the more he risks alienating moderate Republicans in the House, who are also up for re-election in 2018. Brett?
Back and forth. John, thank you. Much more on this with the panel.